the company that is Coca-Cola, and they have a new product out, Starlight Soda. It says it's space flavored soda, and
that's right.
I just want to tell you, you can report back to your company. That shit's kind of disgusting.
Well, it's kind of out there, you know.
It's like, at first I didn't mind it. The more I drink it, I'm just like, I even got to 0 sugar, but it's really sweet and it's kind of gross. The further I got into the bottle of it, and I was just like, no, this isn't good. If that's what space tastes like,
you could say it's
I want
out of this world.
Yeah.
You could. It's real like
our test,
cherry vanilla candy like. I don't know.
The xenomorphs really like it.
The xenomorphs, really.
Yep, xenomorphs.
How did Coca-Cola market test this with xenomorphs?
It's, you know, well, we don't know because the ship never came back. So now they're sending out another ship, you know, with Michael Biehn, you know, to go check it
out. But yeah, it just made me just the stuff these companies come up with to market new products. You know, and it's not like Coke is one of those companies that's hurting to sell product, but like, hey, let's put out a space soda. And I don't know. It's nice like try, Coke, but you failed.
Yeah. Next time they should get like Elon involved, you know, Starlink soda, you know. I don't know what it would taste like though. It
would probably taste like this soda. I don't know. Maybe it would taste like Elon's Musk. Ew.
No.
Bad joke there. But anyway. That's kind of gross. This is Mark.
This is Matt.
This is Long, the returned.
Welcome back to the show, Long, after a few weeks off dealing with your family, and that's okay. Hopefully all is well on your end.
Yep. Yes, a lot better.
Glad to have you back.
Yeah, thank you. We got a date of my my dad's release, so he'll be leaving the medical facility soon. So
that's good. I'm glad he's well, and
that's all that matters.
Was thinking about you, and I'm glad it all worked out, man. Because you know, it's no bueno having to deal with that kind of stuff. So
yeah, and I have been listening to the last 3 episodes, but one thing I have to kind of make a little correction on the last episode. On the Bruce Lee movie, and like 4 times that he said that it was Japanese filmmakers of the movie. It's like, no, this is not a Japanese film, guys. It's a Chinese film made in Hong Kong. So a little edification there.
I mean, we're white.
I know all Asians look alike here, but no.
I'm white.
I'm white. He went there.
I'm white. Matt's half and half. I mean, forgive us, man. I mean, you know.
Yeah,
you're the Guaylo.
Yeah, we were being rebels on the Rebel Radio podcast. How about that?
Right. Rebel without a cause.
I was triggered. I was quite triggered. I nearly flipped my dad's hospital bed over when you guys said that. I'm joking. It's not Japanese. I almost flipped my dad's bed over.
Oh, man. It'd be crazy.
We're sorry, I guess.
Yeah. And, I know I didn't say it, but I didn't correct it, so I'm guilty by association.
Idiot!
I had this conversation with me.
Oh, you already had this conversation? Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Fuck y'all. When we went to go see that film that you didn't get to go see.
Oh, he'll see it tomorrow.
Yeah.
He'll see it tomorrow.
Sunday. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
They felt like Saturday for some reason.
Well, you know, I mean, it's nice when you have either just only yourself to worry about, or you have the wife hack. So your guys are allowed to do things like that during the week. I
wife hack,
unfortunately can't. So, and it also has to come out the weekend of my 6-year-old's birthday. Well, he'll be 7 tomorrow. So, no, it's called adulting, the priorities.
You didn't convince him that he wanted to go see Batman with you on his birthday?
No, he did, but we just don't have time. Not when he has a baseball game.
Oh, yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, that's true.
So, no. Trust me, it's the only Saturday of the whole season we have a game, and it happens to be tomorrow. Otherwise, we would have been seeing the movie tomorrow, but he has a game. So.
Dang.
It is what it is. So it's okay. I mean, I can wait a couple days. I've waited 2 years already to see it. So, I mean, remember, people forget this thing was supposed to be out in like October of 2020. It's almost 2 years. So,
That's true.
So I've already waited a long time. So what's a couple more days? It's all good. But otherwise, how are you guys? I am tired, man. I've had a hell of a week. Between baseball practices and games, my refrigerator went out. So me and my brother ended up swapping out refrigerators on Wednesday. That's a hell of a job. And just, work and the usual. I got vacation the week after next, so God damn it, I need it too. I'm pooped.
Pooped.
Yeah.
Hey man, sometimes you just need to kick your feet up. That's right.
Yeah.
Relax on a mountainside house overlooking the woods and chop some wood.
I don't know about any of that. I'll probably take the kids out to the livestock show one day and walk around there for a little bit and do some local stuff. So yeah, do some local.
I was trying to reference Commando.
Sightseeing. Sure, but you guys doing good? Ready to get back in the swing of the podcast.
Yep.
Cool. So yeah,
it's cool, dude.
Yeah, no, it's good to have the trio back together. Because man, you forced me to talk to this guy for 3 weeks. I mean, that's fucking torture sometimes.
You
comedy gold option for me.
This is true. It was probably for outside audiences is pretty funny.
No, I actually it was I really not because I was off, because I really did appreciate you guys that kept recording, and that gave me something to listen to on my way to the hospital back and forth. So
there we go.
Yeah, I mean, it helped keep my mind off things. So,
healthy distraction.
Much appreciated. Despite not being there, I was still able to listen to the episodes. So
yeah.
So,
well,
yeah,
that's yeah. I mean,
that's why we are here.
Keep it going the best we can. That's the plan anyway. So, I mean, that's why we do this, because it's fun, I guess, most of the time.
This is why we play the game.
I'm looking forward to some of the stuff coming up. I mean, we're getting close to 300 episodes, which is pretty amazing. Some good movies coming up. I'm not too thrilled about the theme month for April that was decided on, but I'll survive. You fuckers overruled me on that. But it's going to force me to watch fucking comedy movies.
That's right.
And
you say you don't like comedy.
I'm going to force you to watch Steve Martin singing My Little Buttercup.
I don't dislike it. I just feel like most comedies, I watch them once and I'm done. I really don't need to watch them again. So
a one-night stand? That's horrible.
Basically, yeah.
Should at least check up on it every once in a while, Mark.
Movies I probably would have picked over the ones we did pick. Like, I started thinking about after the ones we did pick, like, I felt like I should have done The Hangover or should have done Stripes. There's better movies we could have picked.
Yeah. There's a lot of good ones.
Especially after the passing of Ivan Reitman, it feels like, damn, should have done Stripes. But,
well, it's not set in stone. It's not like we're being held at the feet by our audience.
Oh, bullshit. Y'all held me to it. Y'all said we're doing these movies, Mark. Y'all held me at gunpoint. Don't lie.
Okay? Bullshit.
I felt attacked in the text messages, all right? So,
okay.
I'm glad you felt attacked.
I'm at work and I can't really focus, and y'all throw these things at me, and I was attacked, damn it. Okay?
So. Attacked while you're vulnerable.
That's right.
Cashiering out customers and being ran over by rows of carts and then you're being
my
attacked.
Boss is there. I have to respond quickly because my boss might be seeing. I'm like, damn it, I didn't answer that correctly. See, I was attacked.
And the butcher chasing you with his cleaver, and
you're like, okay, we'll do Billy Madison.
Oh, fuck no. Anyway.
Hey, while Mark's being chased by the meat cleaver wielding butcher, let's make him do comedies in April while he's vulnerable.
Yes.
He probably said yes, just shut us up.
Yeah, that's right. Y'all attacked me. See, at least you're admitting to it. But, fuckers. And, oh yeah. All right. I'm glad we're all back together. Let's get into the show officially then with Download This, where we tell people what we watched, streamed, checked out this week, except for the one movie you two already saw. We're not going to talk that today because we will go ahead and tell people now early in the show that we have redone our schedule a little bit. So next week, we're going to vote the feature film next week. And we do this every now and then where we do a current release as a feature film. And so next week's feature film will be The Batman. And we'll talk about it next week on the show in its entirety. And that way it gives people a chance to see it, and we're not spoiling too much as it gives it a couple weekends to be out for people to go see. So I know you guys saw it already, but we're not going to discuss that today. In a minute, maybe y'all can give just a quick, brief 20-second non-spoiler review from both of you, and we'll leave it at that. But Long, since you haven't been here in a couple weeks, man, what have you watched or checked out lately?
I resubscribed to Star Wars: The Old Republic to catch up on the story quests a little bit. And then I also checked out Guild Wars 2 because there was a new expansion coming out. And I figured, there's no monthly obligation to play that, so I just went ahead and bought me some copies. Huh?
I've heard the new expansion for Old Republic is good, but I heard it's like 2 hours and you're done.
Yeah, I haven't played it in 5 or 6 years, so I'm actually relearning the game.
Yeah.
So a little disorienting. They got rid of a ton of stuff and got rid of abilities and streamlined the rotation. But anyways, yeah, I'm trying to relearn the game a bit. I told my buddy who still plays it to this day since day one. He's kind of walking me through the motions, and I'm like, I used to be a guild leader for this game. I used to have all the high-end gear. I used to have a ton of alts and stuff, and now I just don't know how to play this game anymore because I haven't picked it up in 6 years. And it's changed quite a bit. So, no, a lot of people were unhappy with the bugginess, the glitches, and yeah, and it was the 10th anniversary. Supposed to be the 10th anniversary of the game, but it was quite tepid, as the saying goes. Yeah, it's all right so far. It stutters, not quite. Final Fantasy spoiled me. Spoiled me with its quality game build. It's just like hardly any frame rate stutters, hardly any issues with overworking your system and stuff. And yeah, anyways, more quality of life stuff. Guild Wars 2 is an interesting game. No monthly subscription, which is nice. You buy it once and you're pretty much you could keep playing it online. Combat feels a little floaty, if that makes sense. Doesn't feel quite as impactful as the other two games I mentioned. But overall, it's pretty fun. I didn't get to watch many stuff, though. I just played games.
Cool. I got this new used 5.1 system, and it sounds really good. And so I've just been watching stuff with like really cool soundtracks and scores. So I've been watching a lot of Star Wars. I watched episodes 1, 3, and 5. And then I watched Terminator 2, of course, and Jurassic Park because I had to hear how the T-Rex sounded. And I like it, man. Enjoying it. And then Destiny 2 had an expansion, and I downloaded that. Got Xbox Gold, so I got it at a discount. And it's been fun. Really cool expansion. not much different as far as weapons. You get a power up. They increase your level by a little bit, and it's been fun. But other than that,
how's the expansion?
It's another store. They give you another planet, and then you come to find out that you're your power level is like 150 points higher, and all your weapons are boosted. And in Destiny, have you played Destiny long?
Just the first one.
Yeah. Well, in this one, now the Hive somehow got ghosts, so now they can regenerate. And not only do you have to kill the aliens, you have to now run over really quickly and kill the ghost before it respawns them. And it's a little bit tougher, but
is the game buggy or anything like that?
No, it's pretty smooth so far.
Quite solid. Okay.
Yeah, I've only played the first act, I think, of the expansion, but it's been fun so far. Pretty challenging, but it's pretty smooth. It's pretty smooth. Yeah.
It's funny we were talking about sound systems at home, and it's funny how you mentioned movies like Terminator and Jurassic Park and Star Wars. The great directors like Lucas and Cameron and Spielberg, they understand sound, and their home video versions are usually pretty solid. Then you'll go put in a movie that you might like, but it might be a lesser director, and then the sound mix isn't as good. And that's what's nice about some of the great directors is they understand how to use sound in their films.
Like the movie we're going to talk about today, it was I felt like the sound was way off. I was the voices were low and the sound effects were high.
And I was thinking about Spielberg because I haven't finished it, but I started watching West Side Story, and it's an amazingly shot film. I mean, Spielberg is, a master at what he does, and the sound is incredible on it. I really like it so far. I'm only about an hour into it, and Spielberg pulls the camera back so you can see what's going on. It's not all shot up close. Great music scenes in it and great choreography, and extremely well acted. I can see why it got high praise from critics and stuff. And unfortunately, people didn't see it. It just came out during the pandemic and the success of Spider-Man. And now it's out on HBO Max and Disney Plus, and hopefully it finds an audience because it's a solid film so far. The first hour I watched of it. And even if you're not into musicals, you should watch it just being a Spielberg fan. It's a spectacularly well done film so far. And I do plan on finishing it. Actually, I was going to try to finish it today before we recorded. I just didn't have time. And then I watched Free Guy with the kids. I can totally see why Matt liked that movie. It's right up his alley.
Yes.
It's not bad. It's a fun movie. The kids liked it. I like it because it's Ryan Reynolds. It's the version of Ryan Reynolds I like, where there's just enough of him. He doesn't overdo it. I think he works better when he's that version of Ryan Reynolds, if that makes sense. Because sometimes he's a lot,
kind of grounded.
And Free Guy is a little more grounded. Really good special effects. I was impressed with that. It's a really good looking movie, and it's a fun movie. If you're into video games and stuff like that, you'll enjoy it. And I liked it. It was a neat little movie, and the kids were laughing. They enjoyed the heck out of it. So, remember, don't have a good day. Have a great day.
Have a great day. I like when he takes a sip of the coffee. He's like, it's like exploding, being a virgin and exploding in my mouth, for the first time or something like that. And I'm like, what the hell?
Well, a funny story. Wyatt had turned on the TV to get it ready for us to watch it. And he put it on the kids' profile on Disney Plus. And we started watching it, and it was all in German. I was like, wait. Is this the way the movie's supposed to start? I almost texted you, Matt, hey, does Free Guy start in a different language? And then I was like, wait a minute. I realized he was on the kids' profile. I went and checked The Mandalorian, and it was in German too. I don't know why it hit. Somehow he hit a language thing. So I put it on my profile. We watched it. My profile was in English. But I don't know what he hit because I don't see anything on Disney Plus to change it back to English. So I'm not sure what he did on the kids' profile.
Germany took over your Disney Plus account?
Yeah. It was kind of funny. It was either French or German or something. It just had that kind of, that accent. But it was kind of amusing. I was like, what the hell's going on here? And so kind of a funny story trying to watch that. And other than that, I watched just because I was bored the other day. It's funny how I had time to watch some stuff despite how busy I've been. I watched Batman Year One, the animated version, just because I was like, you know what? I felt like watching this before seeing the new Batman film. And I like Year One, man. I think it's vastly underrated when it comes to the animated universe of films. I think that one is really, really good. I really like Bryan Cranston as the voice of Jim Gordon in that, and that's a solid Batman movie. And that's really about what I watched this week. And and like I said, by the time people hear this episode, I will have seen the new Batman film that you guys saw, and highly looking forward to that. And we won't talk too much, but give a real quick, just short review. What your initial quick thoughts? No spoilers. Because I'll
go first. Worth the price of admission. That's all I'll say.
I liked it.
Okay, Frank.
As minimal as we can make it. I liked it.
All right. Well, I guess that's fair enough. I'm looking forward to it very much. So I've actually managed to do very well staying away from anything about this movie. I watched the two trailers that we got at the Comic-Cons, DC fandoms, wherever they were called, and that's about it, man. I haven't watched any of the clips online, any of the TV spots or other trailers, so I feel very fresh going into this. So I'm excited for it. And but yeah, so let's get into today's featured film then. A 1984, 85, I think.
85.
Yeah, because Terminator was already out when this came out. And so Arnold was a budding star still, success from Conan and Terminator. And he would try himself at just a pure action military film. And that is Commando. And man, how to summarize this movie? Very 1980s.
Easy. Two sentences you can summarize this movie.
Well, Matt,
you take my daughter, right. I kill you. You take my daughter, I kill you.
Basically,
that's how Roger did.
He's an ex-military colonel that is trying to live his retired life whenever people from his past come back and kidnap his daughter, and he essentially has to go rescue her. I think that's a little bit better summary.
Yeah.
And
I was just echoing Roger Ebert.
This movie is 94 minutes, and it feels like 15 minutes because it moves so fast. It's like one, and not fast in the way of like a Fast and Furious movie. It's just like it's one plot device after plot device after plot device thrown at you constantly, and it's always moving to the point where you're like, okay, there's so much. It's ridiculous in a different way than Roadhouse was ridiculous, because I would say this is a better movie than Roadhouse, but it has that Roadhouse ridiculousness that you don't even have time to realize something is so stupid before it gets to the next scene. You're trying to engage in the next scene that's happening. You're like, wait, what's going on now?
It's almost like watching a comic book movie, sort of like a.
Yeah, you're right. It's like turning the pages, from one ridiculous scene to another. But that doesn't make it bad, because it's kind of a fun movie.
Yes.
Arnold's really good in it. He's and young Alyssa Milano plays his daughter.
Sally, who was from The Crow. He started in The Crow.
David. He played Freebird.
Yeah, Freebird.
Or T-Bird. He played T-Bird in The Crow.
T-Bird.
Yeah. And Long, you had never seen this before?
Only the last 20 minutes.
Right, which is
everyone's seen the last 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how I am. I've seen the whole thing before, but I didn't retain it. And rewatching it this week, I was like, man, I don't remember this in this movie before. Like, the movie has like 25 set pieces in a 90-minute film. It's like, whether it's his house or the shopping mall or the hotel or the parking lot or the airport, it's like it's so many set pieces in a short film. It's unbelievable.
The one thing that made me laugh the most was like after John's house was attacked and the daughter was kidnapped. The one dude who's sitting in the chair, He's like, he's all, the big shit. He's like trying to say, well, we have a deal for you, right? And then freaking John just shoots him in the head. No deal.
He has a lot of those lines, and where it's like Chong's daughter's in this movie, and she's like, "Are you going to tell me what this is about?" No.
Yeah, just like those short lines, and he's so far above the law. He's this military colonel, but he's killing people everywhere, and there's no ramifications for it. They shoot up a shopping mall, nothing happens, just moves on to the next scene. Where's the military the entire time? They don't come in and say, "Look, you can't be killing everyone." They just allow him to go in this absolute rampage throughout this film to get his daughter back. And the whole idea is,
movies, though, right?
Yeah, and the whole idea is it takes place over like 11 hours, so it's supposed to be a short period of time. But so much happens in this 11 hours, and it's like it's almost laughable. But like I said, you don't have time to laugh because you're trying to keep up with what's going on.
I like the mall cop scene a lot. He's like, you want to come?
Yeah, what's with these mall cops just opening fire?
Yeah,
like all of a sudden, all these mall cops have guns, and they're just opening fire everywhere on civilians. It's like
all units. He's one big motherfucker. Yeah, the way he enunciates it, it's like, no, so much cheese, man. There's like so much 80s cheese in this movie, but it works. It definitely works.
Yeah, it somehow works, and I think it's because it's breathtaking pace, and you don't have time until it's over to sit back and go, what did I watch? But yet, I feel more satisfied watching this than I did Roadhouse. I watched Roadhouse, and I didn't feel satisfied. I feel like that was a piece of shit. I know you like it, Matt, but I feel like it's a piece of shit movie. Where Commando, I don't feel that way. I feel like, okay, it's an 80s action film. You kind of take it for what it is. And it's a little more enjoyable, I think, than Roadhouse. And maybe it's because of Arnold. Maybe he's what makes it enjoyable.
Man, Arnold, I mean, he can, it's like just everything's a slam dunk with him. Like, he has like a one-word line, and it's hilarious. I mean, the fight with Duke, with Bill Duke, and he's like, this Green Beret's going to kick your ass, and I ate Green Berets for breakfast, and then fuck you, asshole. Fuck you, asshole. And it's like,
yes.
That's the dialogue.
And then I'm going to get some more thoughts from Long here in a second, but I do want to say, like, the girl that he picks up from the airport. She serves no purpose throughout the rest of the movie. She's just there. And she can leave it. Yeah. She can leave at any second, but she keeps tagging along with him. And it gets to the point, like, I start realizing, why is she still in this movie?
Well, Arnold was supposed to, put those heels up in the air, but apparently the scene wasn't convincing enough, so they scrapped it.
So, yeah, she's basically there just to have a female symbol.
Yeah.
So, Long, this feels like a movie where Long has some interesting thoughts about. And I want to hear them.
I want to hear them, too.
Feels like I'm being put on the spot.
A little bit.
Well, I mean, it's just, I guess I was going into the movie, but I was kind of spoiled by the ending. Everyone's seen the last 20 minutes of it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But, Bennett's such a weird casting for me, because Bennett doesn't quite have he has a dad bod.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yes. Yeah. Well, people even referred to him as the Australian dad bod Freddie Mercury. People actually have called him that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they thought what other films has he been in? He's been in
Road Warrior.
He's been
as what?
And Weird Science.
Been kind of
but who did he play in Road Warrior?
He's the guy with the mohawk, the bald guy with the mohawk.
Yeah.
Oh, that was him?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's him. Crazy dude.
Yeah. I thought it moved at a brisk pace. I don't really have any interesting thoughts on it, other than some of the moments that stuck out with Arnold. He's not interested in negotiating with the gangsters.
Yeah.
There was that one dude who's a Spanish-speaking ringleader of the whole group.
Oh,
and
yeah.
he's like, wait a minute, I saw him in Addams Family. He didn't have an accent.
Nice.
He didn't have a Spanish accent.
He was also in Night at the Roxbury. That's where I remember him.
Yeah. I don't know. The action was good, over the top as always, but I don't know. I don't know why this movie. It's a fun movie, but it didn't quite resonate with me as like Terminator or Predator, right?
Right.
You could definitely tell this is a kind of a stepping stone type building block movie for Arnold.
And that's how he viewed it. Honestly, he didn't even want to take it because he was kind of the big burly man in the last two roles. But after the director, I guess the director did like an impersonation of him, and it kind of made him laugh. And he told him that it was in set in modern times, and so he's like, oh, I can kind of get out of the past, like Conan, Hercules in New York. And do a more modern film, then he felt like it would project his career. And of course, the movie went on to make 5 times more than its budget, and it was a big success. And propelled his career arguably into the genre that he would stick with most of his film career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that too, as a stepping stone type film. I mean, coming off the success he had with Terminator and Conan, and it does feel like, why would he do this film? It almost feels like a step back, but like you said, it was maybe it was a contract movie, maybe he owed the studio a film, and then, like you said, the director convinced him to do it. But he gives it his all in it. It's not like Arnold just mails it in. He looks like he's out there having fun, making a fun movie. They had him take his shirt off a lot. I'm sure that was for the ladies, trying to attract them to the theaters. My memories of Commando have always been just long, man. Seeing this on TV a lot and always catching the end of it. I remember him coming into the island and just blasting everybody away, and never run out of bullets. One-man army destroying everybody. That's my memories of this film as a kid and growing up watching it. Never paid much attention to the whole plot of it till maybe recent times, and it never really occurred to me how fast-paced and ridiculous it was till this week. Especially the mall shootout scene. That scene is just like, what? It's just like people are getting shot. There's bullets flying in a mall. Even John Matrix, even his character, he doesn't seem to care about anybody around. He's just trying to shoot too and get away. It's just like David Patrick Kelly. David Patrick Kelly is the actor who played T-Bird in The Crow. He's in this movie.
Oh, okay.
That's the sleazeball liaison for the bad guys or whatever he was. That's his name. I remember now.
The actor that played Bennett, he replaced the guy he replaced. He had to wear his clothes, and the guy was smaller than him, which is why his clothing looks so bad, so tight. And you're like, why is he wearing this tight chainmail stuff? It was supposed to be somebody else. I didn't look who, but he was he was an afterthought. And of course, the same director directed Weird Science, and he got a cameo on that one, reprising his Mad Max role. But he hates John, he loves John, and some people have speculated he's gay. He's gay and he loves Arnold. And Arnold, maybe he was teasing him. He's like, "You want to put your knife in me, twist it around, see what's going in my head." I was like, it's kind of. I almost felt like a sexual tease to get Bennett to drop his daughter and run over to him.
Well, the actor who played him, though, Vernon Wells, him and Arnold are still friends to this day. They remain. They seem to have a lot of common, and they became close friends on set. Arnold even treated Alyssa Milano like his own kid and took care of her on set, made sure she was looked after. Helped her do homework and stuff.
Yeah.
So it seems like the actors and people who made this film certainly had a good time making it, and I think it comes across on screen. It is I think you don't take this movie too seriously, and that's why it is so ridiculous at times. But it's fun, and it's and it holds up pretty well. I mean, you have to realize when it was made and accept it for that time and that era. And, because there's a lot of 80s movies that are ridiculous like this. I mean, even some 90s action films are kind of ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
I know, Matt, you were disappointed when you found out that the tree he carries at the beginning of the movie wasn't a real tree.
I
said that upset you to find out your hero couldn't really carry a tree.
Yeah, man. And then another thing I found out was that he's not really holding Sally, but the director wanted him to. But he was over a ledge. He didn't want to be responsible for any injuries that may have been incurred, so they used a crane. But yeah, the tree being fake.
Was named Sully. I don't know why he said Sally.
Yeah. Oh, it's Sully. I thought it was Sally.
Yeah.
Man, the accent, man. But man, forever and a day, I thought that the tree was real, and I thought Arnold was fucking carrying a fucking redwood tree through the forest on his ginormous ass biceps. And I was like, man, I'd throw stuff all over my shoulder, pretend I was, John Mate, or, in my head, I'm like John Mate. Now I'm like, God, it was all a lie. Still entertaining, but I was kind of like whenever I found out the, that lever action shotgun he uses in Terminator 2 was a fake shotgun. They had to make it so that it was light enough to do that. And I was just like, man, Arnold's so strong. He can whip that shotgun around. And I'm like, I was like, I need to stop researching films sometimes and just, I just hurt myself.
He kills 102 people in this movie.
I thought it was 81. It's 102?
I don't know. I saw 102. That's a lot. Still, either way, it's a lot of people.
I think at the time it was a record for how many people had died in the film. In fact, so many people died, Mark, they had to reuse stuntmen 4 and 5 times over. So you have, it's like, that's why you may look over and you're like, didn't that person just die? Why? It's like, that's why they used stuntmen over and over and over again.
John Matrix. He was called the Matrix before the Matrix was a thing.
That's right.
Yeah, for some reason, the one thing that stuck out to me is the rocket launcher.
Hell yeah, man.
First, the girl uses it to rescue him from the police, and that's the weird thing. He does get arrested early in the film, and then she rescues him with a rocket launcher, which is so weird. She just shoots at this police van with a rocket launcher, and okay, I'm just going to shoot the police.
You're like, what if she would have killed Arnold in the process?
I know. And then that's what I said. There's so much they do, so much in this movie, and there's no ramifications for what they do. She shoots at the police. Arnold's character shooting in a mall. It's just like
crazy.
Oh, I guess it's no different than the Transformers blowing up half a city, in their movies and stuff.
Yeah,
collateral damage in action films.
Mm-hmm. But a fun film.
For Matt being a long time Arnold fan, when did you first watch this? Where in your Mount Rushmore discovering Arnold? So this a later one after Terminator and stuff?
Oh yeah, Terminator was the first. Terminator 2 was the first film that I saw, and then it was T. Then it was T1. Then it was Predator, and I want to say Commando was after this. And I would always get the movies mixed up because it's like, I mean, he looks similar, but obviously the movies are filmed back to back, almost back to back. One year he did this movie, and then the next year he does Predator, and it looks very similar.
Yeah,
but, as a kid you get confused, but now it's like tell the difference.
Well,
but I always focused on that ending scene.
And the crazy thing about Arnold is he did, the popular films like Predator and Terminator, but he also did like some just kind of not so good action movies like this and Raw Deal. And some of those just weren't very good. But I think out of the ones that weren't very good, I think Commandos might be the most memorable one and most fun one, and most accessible for sure, And, but he was that go-to guy who was doing these every director and produce studio wanted him for their big action films. So I guess he couldn't win them all,
Oh yeah.
No, but it was. I don't know. If I had to rank this movie, though, I mean, if I'm being honest, it's probably a C. But just for the fun of it, the ridiculous of it, I'd probably give it a B.
Yeah, that's what I have. A B. Just
Arnold makes considered.
It work. Oh yeah, without Arnold, you put anyone else.
It was almost Nick Nolte. But he turned it down.
That's who they wanted.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can't imagine that.
I don't imagine him being as convincing.
No. What about you, Long? Solid B?
B minus.
B minus? Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's a fun movie. And, I know Matt.
I like when he chops off the guy's arm.
Oh, yes. Yeah, well, that's just another thing. Like, you can tell the budget on this film. Like, there's a lot of set pieces early in the movie, but nothing's ultra violent. Then when he gets to the island, all of a sudden the movie becomes extremely violent. Like, lots of blood and stuff at the end of the film. So it's like they saved all the budget for the blood effects in the island battle. Yeah, dude, there's not a whole lot of. There's some violence in the beginning, but not like the island fight.
Yeah, that brutal, man. It almost feels like a horror movie.
Yes,
Jason's cutting off people's limbs or something.
It's like, okay, we're filming the climax of the film. Let's use all the blood money we have.
Yes.
Fun movie though.
Very fun.
I actually, a lot of times when we do the podcast, I end up not always getting the movie watched till Thursday or Friday. I know Long does the same thing. I actually watched this one like last Saturday night, and I started watching it and I blew through it because it's only an hour and a half. I was like, wow, I'm actually done with the movie early in the week. So I did get this one watched early. All right, well, Long, we have not had an episode of Duel of the Nerds in a few weeks with you out, and that's okay. And it's our new segment we started at the beginning of this year where we pick a topic each week. Well, the loser for the previous week picks the topic, and we each have 3 minutes to give why our topic is going to win. And then a 1 minute rebuttal. And the person who is the judge this week is Matt, since he lost the last round.
Yes.
And Matt's been waiting a couple weeks for this topic, which I'm going to be honest, I almost completely forgot what it was until right before the show. So I'm not overly prepared for this. But I'm going to do my best. I almost
forgot that this was a segment because it's been a little bit.
You're doing better than me because I forgot what my topic was.
It's Austin Powers versus Frank Drebin. Mark has Drebin. You have Powers. Long.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And since I was the previous winner, I guess I'm supposed to go first, correct? That's how.
Are we saying who's better?
Who's better? Pit one against the other in an all-out, no holes barred kind of thing. You can throw anything out there, and make it fun, of course. Want a good, clean fight, have some fun with this thing. And, so Mark, when you're ready.
Shouldn't I go first since he won last week?
If you want to, I thought we usually did winner goes first, but if you want to go first, I will yield to you and let you go first. I'm okay with that.
Okay, that's fine. So you get the last word. So
that's fine because it gives me a minute to think about this, so that's fine with me.
Austin Powers is better because he is a good spoof of spy movies, namely James Bond movies. Although his shtick does get annoying because other people start repeating his one-liners.
Like that.
Yeah. Yeah. All three of the movies are pretty solid, in my opinion. They're all funny. Although I think the second one repeats a lot of the jokes from the first one. And the third one kind of goes its own way. It actually had some closure with some of the characters that were introduced. Scott becoming Dr. Evil, I guess. And of course, you have Michael Caine in it. So, thumbs up, Austin Powers. He's number one. Okay, that's my position.
You got like 2 more minutes if you want.
I don't care.
You don't care.
Long's like, I don't even care if I lose this week. It's kind of
hum the Austin Powers theme or something.
No.
Nope. Okay,
I'm done.
Stop the clock.
I wanted Drebin, damn it.
Mark, your argument for Drebin?
I didn't even ask for Drebin. Matt just sort of gave it to me.
I know.
I just wanted to mix it up. That's all.
I mean, first off, Frank Drebin is a take on Dragnet and In the Heat of the Night and some of those great movies and shows. And, he just, he would never let his mojo get taken from him, first off, because Drebin doesn't need mojo to kick ass, okay? He will do anything possible to solve the case. As we saw in the first one we covered, he goes out there and he's an umpire. He does whatever it takes. He doesn't care if he fucks up the baseball game to find out who the bad guy is, and that's just where Drebin comes from. He will go right into the lair of the I can't remember the bad guy's name at the beginning of the movie. It's supposed to be a take on Osama bin Laden or something like that. And he just goes in there. He's like, you know what? I'm going to go kick your ass. I don't care who you are. He's not afraid of anything. Where Austin has to have this little special mojo in order to get off on things. And then not only that, he's kind of gross. He has a penis pump. Who has that? That's disgusting. Drebin doesn't need a penis pump. He just lets his thing swing and bang all day long because he's Frank Drebin. Okay? And that's all he needs. And
plus he's loyal to one woman, right?
That's right. Well, the one woman, he's not sleeping around like Austin is. I mean, Austin's a dirty whore. Okay. And not only that, he's also got dirty teeth. Drebin doesn't have dirty teeth. Okay. He just oozes natural old man sexiness. That's all Drebin has to do. Now when it comes to the film series, okay, maybe The Naked Gun, only the first one's really great. I don't remember the second and third one being all that great. From my memories, but it's been a long time since I've watched them. But I also think the Austin Powers movies rely on the same schlicks over and over again. It's like, okay, by the time you get a third one, you've heard all these jokes. More penis jokes, more a lot of vagina jokes, and more Austin Powers bad teeth jokes. It's like, okay, we've done all this already. Where, The Naked Gun and Drebin continues to try to keep things fresh throughout their 3 films. And not only that, it's Leslie Nielsen, who's possibly one of the greatest spoof artists of our time and the way he did his films. I mean, I don't know what else to say about Frank Drebin other than he don't need no mojo, baby. He just needs to go out there and do his thing.
That's your argument?
That's my argument.
All right. Long, your 1 minute rebuttal.
He had a Super Bowl commercial.
Oh, damn.
Super Bowl. But it was not
actually
Austin Powers. But
yeah, Austin Powers wasn't even in it.
Evil. Yeah, I know. Let's see. His first wife was Elizabeth Hurley, and that's all. That should be enough right there. And Heather Graham, so hotter women. I don't know.
Well, 20 more seconds.
I do not know. That's my retort. I don't know.
Damn it.
I'm climbing a hill.
Well,
I'm sorry, Matt. You're probably disappointed.
Okay, Long. You were kind of. I feel like you were caught off guard today.
I mean, so it's my 1 minute now.
Your 1 minute.
I mean, forget Leslie Nielsen and The Naked Gun was not afraid to work with a murderer, O.J. Simpson. That takes balls right there. Okay. They also the great Ricardo Montalban. I mean, Austin Powers never worked with anyone that great. Not only that, it's based on a TV show that ran in 1956. So I mean, it has history to it. Where's Austin Powers' history? He had to make up his own history.
1980, man.
Oh yeah, 1980. Sorry, I don't know why I read 1956. And then he called his second movie "The Smell of Fear." I mean, where Austin Powers, he had to spoof titles from James Bond films. He couldn't even be original. It's like, come on. I mean,
15 seconds.
Frank Drebin would take Austin Powers in a headlock and give him a noogie, and Austin Powers would probably fall over and cry. That's all I have to say.
But judo chop.
Oh man, Long.
Stupid subject.
I felt like I gave Long the bigger gun here, and he didn't milk it.
Well, to be fair, he's had a busy 3 weeks.
Yeah, he's had a busy week.
But you know what? I didn't look up jack shit. I just came up with all that off the top of my head.
It's kind of like whenever the boxer like has sex the night before the fight, and and he just was not ready for it. He could have, if Long wanted to. I think Long went easy on you because he wanted to make you feel good, Mark.
Oh, shut up! Just give me my victory, bitch.
Long did a good job of pointing out the 007 stuff. That was good. The Super Bowl commercial pointing to the relevance. That was really good. Man, I felt like he should have whipped out that Austin Powers probably would have turned Drebin on and made his head explode like the fembots. That would have been hilarious.
I don't think that would work on Drebin.
Maybe not. He'd probably be confused. But Mark, good job. Speaking to multiple facets of Drebin's history.
In a way, Drebin did kind of insult Austin's queen mom.
Oh yeah, that's royalty. Right. Whenever he was on top of her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time, I'm going to give people their strengths. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do this switch stuff up again. It's a tactic. Make it a little bit more fun.
Long will get to pick the topic next week, and hopefully,
yes,
it doesn't always have to be. It could be something as simple as the Hulk versus Wolverine.
Yeah.
But
it'll be what, Matt versus Mark?
Yeah.
Yep.
I have 3 victories, guys. Come on.
Judge.
Long has 1 victory. Matt has none so far.
Yep. You're Thanos. Don't let him collect all 5.
Fun stuff, though. I'm enjoying that news segment. It is fun.
Yeah.
All right, let's do some news before we get out of here. This was just announced. Two big things were announced today. I guess Hulu is going to have an Alien movie brought to Hulu, produced by Ridley Scott. I thought they were doing an Alien movie for theaters. Now it's a Hulu film, I guess. Isn't there an FX Hulu Alien show coming too? So I can't keep up with what's going on with that franchise. So that's interesting. I thought this was kind of cool, which I never understood why this movie never had a sequel made, but I guess Michael B. Jordan and Will Smith are going to work together, and they are going to make a sequel to I Am Legend. And it's kind of funny this came up because, I'm always looking at movies we haven't done yet, and I actually came across I Am Legend the other day, and I was like, that could be a good one to do here soon. I mean, I'm not saying we're doing it soon, but it could be one we do this year. Because I actually kind of enjoyed I Am Legend. I like the original with Charlton Heston also, but I like the Will Smith one too. And I think Michael B. Jordan's a good choice.
The Omega Man, right?
The Omega Man is the Charlton Heston.
It was the last man on Earth. Then they redid the I Am Legend book as Omega Man. Then the Will Smith version.
Yeah,
so this will be the fourth film.
Well, this will be a sequel to the I Am Legend. Yeah. So, with Michael B. Jordan. And I think the same script writer is coming back to script it. And so I thought that was kind of cool. That's a movie that I would I'd welcome a sequel to. I think that would be a good one.
Yeah.
Sometimes you hear about these movies like, I don't want a sequel to that. But I don't know. I think I Am Legend could be good. Especially if you take Will Smith's character and it's been some years since the end of the last film and he's kind of a grizzled veteran now in this post-apocalyptic world, and he comes across, the young Michael B. Jordan character. It could be good stuff. So,
oh yeah,
a couple good actors there. So I'm all for that. Disney, of course, owns a lot of franchises now by buying 20th Century Fox, and we were wondering, what happened to the Planet of the Apes franchise, but one of the Disney execs was talking this week, and apparently West Ball's sequel to War for the Planet of the Apes is still on the way. It's in script stage, and they hope to maybe start shooting it by this summer, casting and shooting. So the Planet of the Apes franchise is still continuing, and I think that's good news because I really enjoyed those films, and we'll see where they go with it.
Mm-hmm.
Chris Hemsworth is going to be the bad guy in George Miller's Furiosa movie.
Nice.
That'll be cool. see Hemsworth play a villain, and work with in his home land of Australia as they film. They hope to get behind cameras on Furiosa later this year is the plan. But you never know with George Miller. It took like 5 years to make Fury Road, so who knows how long it'll... I mean, it's already been a few years since they started talking about making Furiosa, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and the Defenders shows are all going to be coming to Disney Plus now that they are leaving Netflix, and Disney's going to introduce new parental controls for that to keep kids from watching it because those shows were pretty violent and sexual at times. But we all know that they're considered continuity now, as Daredevil and Kingpin have been appearing in the MCU in some fashion. So you can watch those on Disney Plus real soon if you've never seen them. And they're in Disney Plus is also going to introduce a ad-supported program later this year with cheaper pricing. So if you want to watch your Disney Plus with ads and save some money, well, be a cheapskate and do that. And Indiana Jones 5 officially wrapped production this past week. So yeah, I'm hoping it's good. That's all I can say. I'm hoping that James Mangold makes a really good Indiana Jones film, because I feel like I don't hate the Crystal Skull, but I feel like Indy deserves a second chance after that sequel, so to speak.
Yeah, that's fair.
And I was actually, I was watching Last Crusade the other day and thinking, like, man, this was such a good ending to the trilogy. And then they went and made Crystal Skull, and now it feels like you need one more for him to give him one more final adventure, just to make up a little bit for that. So, and then lastly, since Matt, you're a big fan, and my kids are, they released a new trailer for Dragon Ball Super Superhero. It's coming out in Japan in April. No word on the American release yet. A lot of belief is that it'll be the holiday season for the American release for the next saga in the Dragon Ball film. And I watched the trailer. It looks like they're using some new animation styles in it, trying some new stuff with this. Apparently, Dragon Ball fans are complaining about that. They like the real traditional look, but, hey, things have to evolve, and they have to sometimes adapt to new animation styles and new things. So, don't be so saucy, people. And,
technology will advance.
Yeah, that's all the news I got, unless you guys had anything I missed out on. Otherwise, that's it. And let's preview. Well, I guess we don't need to really preview next week's film, but we will. So we're going to go off our schedule a little bit. We were originally doing Men in Black next week, and we just had Will Smith in the news. I didn't realize that we were doing a Will Smith movie next week. We're going to do a Will Smith movie in 2 weeks. We'll do Men in Black in a couple weeks. And next week, we're going to come back and talk The Batman, the Matt Reeves film that is in theaters right now.
Police! Hands up! Stay still! Get out of here!
Fear is a tool. But when that light hits the sky, it's not just a call. It's a warning. I've been trying to reach you. Fire the gun! This is a powder keg, and Ritter's the match.
I can take care of myself.
If this continues, it won't be long before you've nothing left.
I don't care what happens to me.
It's only gonna get worse for you.
Whoa! Take it easy, sweetheart. Hear everything they say, ain't you?
Maybe we're not so different. Who are you under there?
I'm vengeance.
What's black and blue and dead all over? You. Dick.
I got you! I got you!
I don't know what to say other than I'm excited to see it on Sunday. And we will talk the Batman next week on the show in full. And looking forward to that with you guys for sure. Long, glad you were back, man. Even though we couldn't see your sexiness today. And, who knows? Sometimes you just have to unplug and replug your camera and reset your computer. It'll probably work.
Oh, I tried. I don't know what the deal is. Must be codec issues or something.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just an update or something. But this is the Rebel Radio Podcast at the rebelradiopodcast.com. Thanks as always for listening, and just continue to stay safe out there, and just continue to keep the people on the other side of the world in Ukraine in our thoughts as that continues to go on. I hope the best for them. And hopefully we give you something to escape from for an hour a week. Like Long said, it gave him something to listen to for the weeks he was out. And that's what we try to do, just have some fun with this and talk some good films. Mm-hmm. And looking forward to talking Batman on next week's show. So that's exciting. So until next week, though, man, this has been Mark.
This has been Matt.
This is Long. The Returned.
The Returned.
The Return.
Long returns. As always, remember, just go there and do it.
Go there and do it.